So welcome to today's live session where Lauren, Oliver, and myself, Avanti, will take you through a journey to learn more about mindfulness, to learn about how you can practice mindfulness, including sitting meditations, and then ending our session with a few questions or a few tips and tricks. So stay with us. We go live every week, 3 times, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Look out on our YouTube channel for more information. But I hope you enjoy our session today. I would like to start off handing the session over to Lauren. Take it forward, please.
Thank you very much, Avanti. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, or morning or afternoon, wherever you are in the world, lunchtime. And yeah, so we'll open with a meditation. So we're going to do a bit of a heart space meditation to kick things off today. So if you'd like to join us in this, then please do. Very much. And if you don't want to, if it doesn't feel right for you, then please feel free to just sit this one out. There's no pressure whatsoever, no worries at all. So as always, just find yourself a comfortable position, sitting or lying. And you can perform this practice eyes open or eyes closed as you prefer, whatever feels best for you at this moment in time. If you want to keep the eyes open, just let the focus soften. So you're losing your gaze somewhere into the middle distance, somewhere between the eyes themselves and the object in the distance. So whether that's the window and the space between the window, the view outside your window, perhaps the window itself, somewhere between the wall and where you're sitting. So perhaps the air between that space. Just finding a soft middle ground for your gaze to rest into. And just take a couple of slow breaths just to settle yourself into the moment. Notice how the breath is at this moment in time. Whether it's rapid or slow, deep or shallow. Just notice the breath how it is. You don't need to adjust it. We're not looking to slow it down. Just use it to bring you to this moment. And take a moment to check in with the nature of the mind that you're presented with in this space. What's the tone of the thoughts that are bouncing around at the moment? Thoughts of the day gone by, further into the past, or thoughts for the time ahead, what you have to do later in this day, whatever the time is for you, or perhaps tomorrow. Or perhaps the seemingly random and improbable nature of thoughts that don't seem to be particularly coherent with the timeline that you're in. Just see what's true for you. Just see where the mind is. And focus back on the breath itself, whether at the tip of the nose or at the belly, whatever feels most intuitive to you. And then check in lightly with a sense of the body in this space. Is it relaxed, comfortable? Or perhaps there's some tension, some discomfort. If you need to do some adjustment of the body in this moment to just settle it a little, then that's perfectly okay. And once again, just gently come back to the breath itself, whether at the nose, the belly. And make a final check of just whether this current experience is pleasant, unpleasant, or neither. And now the invitation is to focus on the belly and the breath in the belly itself. So just let the muscles relax a little with the breath. Don't apply any over tension to the structure. Just let it be in a relaxed manner. And paying close attention to the experience as the breath fills and then falls away again. Paying attention to the qualitative nature of this experience. See if you can let go of the narrating mind describing the experience to yourself. And simply sit with the felt experience itself. The movement in the abdomen, this changing sense of pressure. Sense of tingling, perhaps. And the absence of sensation. Places where there isn't much to notice. See if you can dissolve yourself into this space. Letting thoughts arise and fall away without following them as best you can. What's the quality of the experience? Focusing on the belly as it breathes. Is there any emotional tone? Sense of judgment or criticism? Perhaps there's a sense of pleasantness, of warmth, of caring. Just see what's true for you as you conduct this gentle and curious exploration. And as you continue to gently breathe in this space, the invitation is to bring the awareness up further into the body, up into the chest space, above the diaphragm. And apply the same inquisitive, curious, caring attention to the breath in this part of the body itself. So again, you might notice the rise and fall of the chest itself. Have some movement around the shoulders, shoulder blades. Movement of the rib cage. And once again, as best you can, letting go of the narration of the mind. Stop trying to describe the experience to yourself as if to another. And rest as this direct experience. And perhaps there's some emotional quality to this space. Simply see if it's true for you. And there's no right answer, no experience you need to have, or emotion that you have to find. See if it's possible to accept whatever's there or not there equally. And now focus the attention on the experience of the heart itself. So allowing yourself to fall back into the space of the heart. Allow yourself to be aware of the experience of its rhythm, of the beating quality. And just see if it's possible to just drop into that space, almost falling back into the experience of the heart itself. Breathing into it. And again, the invitation as best you can is to let go of the narration of the mind and simply relax into the direct pattern of experience that's present there. The raw sensory input and experience. The felt quality. And just rest here for a minute or two if that feels okay. Just continuing to breathe into this space. And so as we start to bring this opening practice towards a close, just check in with the nature of the mind at the moment, the nature of the thoughts that might be present. And simply note where they're taking you, whether they're pleasant, unpleasant, or simply okay. Whether you choose to follow those thoughts as being helpful and beneficial. And any emotional quality to the experience, sense of calmness, perhaps, or perhaps there's still some pressure being carried, some tension. And a gentle summary inspection of the experience of the body, whether it's feeling relaxed, comfortable, or tense, maybe even painful. Again, just see what's true. There's no right experience. It doesn't need to have changed through the practice. But just see what you find. And whenever you're ready, just gently opening the eyes and taking a moment to reorientate yourself to the space you're in. Maybe looking around the room a little, give your shoulders a little stretch if you feel that you would like to. Wiggle your toes, your fingers, stand up, move around, have a glass of water if you'd like. And perhaps just reflect on how that practice felt for you, whether it was easy or challenging, whether it felt pleasant, whether there was anything that you learned about the nature of your mind from that experience. Thank you. I'm going to have some water.